Welcome to page 7 of your probability packet. This is lesson 1.7. Let's calculate some simple probabilities. It states, students were asked about their favorite color. 42 students voted for blue, 18 voted for red, and 20 voted for green. We need to, as anytime we're given a list of different amounts, we need to calculate a total. Find out the total amount of students that were surveyed. Take a moment and add them up. You should have gotten 80 students total. The question states, based on the results, what is the probability? The minute you think of probability, most people think of fractions, as they should. What is the probability that the next student surveyed would vote for green? We're looking for the probability of green. Well, based on the data we've been given, 20 out of 80 students voted for green. But if you take a look at the choices we've been given, A, B, C, and D across the bottom, they're given in terms of percentages. So we need to convert 20/80ths to a percentage. Grab your calculator and punch in 20 divided by 8. Or some of you know that you can divide a 20 out of the numerator and the denominator to get the equivalent fraction 1/4. And many of you have it memorized that 1/4 is equal to 25 hundredths, or as a decimal, 25%. So when you have to, change the form you've been given or the form you've set up and convert it into either decimal form or percent form. In this case, we can see it's choice B. Let's move on to the next problem. This question states, students were asked about their favorite sport to watch. 117 voted for basketball, 24 students voted for football, and 9 students voted for tennis. Now, when we're given information like this, calculate the total amount of students surveyed. Take a moment and add up the 3 amounts you've been given and find the total. Use your calculator. You should have gotten 150 students total. Now, based on the results of that data collection, we can answer the following question. What is the probability, and you should think about fraction form first, what is the probability that the next student you surveyed would vote for tennis? Obviously, tennis is the least popular of all, but the probability of tennis is equal to 9/150. Please record that on your paper. Now, some people have a difficult time reducing this fraction. And if you look at all the answers we've been provided, they're all in fraction form. So this fraction has to be reduced. One way around that is if you grab your calculator and punch in 9 divided by 150. Take a moment and punch that in. 9 divided by 150. You should have gotten 0.06, and as a decimal, that's 6%. Now, you can convert all these fractions to decimal form and see which one of those has the same percentage rate as 9/150. For example, take a look at choice B. We know 9 divided by itself is 1. That's clearly not the probability here, so we can eliminate that. If you punch in 1 divided by 9, it converts to the decimal value 0.111 repeating. And as a percentage, it's a little over 11%. Clearly, that's not the 6% we're looking for. You can eliminate that. Let's punch in 3 divided by 50 and convert that to a decimal. 3 divided by 50 is 0.06, which of course is 6%. 6% is exactly what we're looking for. So it has to be choice C. But just for the heck of it, punch in 3 divided by 47. You get slightly over 6%. It's not choice D. Now, many of you are comfortable reducing this. You could have divided the numerator and the denominator by 3 and gotten right to the equivalent fraction, 3/50. Let's move on to the next one, number 6 on this page. Let's take a look at problem number 6. As you can see, in problem number 6, we haven't been given a table of values. We haven't been given any lists. It's just a story problem. And in situations like that, when you get a story problem, you should create your own table of values. Let's begin. Students are being randomly assigned to teams for a class event. 12 places are available on Team A, and 8 places are available on Team B. The next student selected will be randomly assigned to a team. What is the probability? And when you hear the word probability, you should think of a fraction. What is the probability that the next person will be assigned to Team B? Well, Team A has 12 spots available, so you're most likely to get picked for Team A. Team B has only 8. But let's organize our data in a table. 12 places for Team A and only 8 places for Team B. Altogether, 20 spots are available. That's your total. So the question is, what's the probability of being assigned to Team B? Well, we have an 8 out of 20 chance of that occurring. 8 is less than half of 20. 10/20 would be 50%, so this is less than that. You can reduce this fraction. Clearly, if you look at your choices, A, B, C, and D, they're in fraction form. And they're also in simplest form. So take a moment and reduce 8/20 to its simplest form. If you can't do that, use the decimal technique and convert each one of these fractions to a decimal. If we divide a 4 out of the numerator and the denominator, we get 2/5. Choice B. This concludes the video for page 7.